ECIPS and CYBERPOL, a public awareness announcement by the Office for Validity and Accuracy of Information on the Internet. ECIPS and CYBERPOL are two illegitimate organizations that make claims to be federally approved international cyber police. In this video, we examine two organizations involved in the murky world of open source intelligence: CYBERPOL, the International Cyber Policing Organization, and the European Centre for Information Policy and Security, ECIPS, that offer sketchy cybersecurity certifications, provide misinformation regarding real-world events, and are attempting to recruit cybersecurity operatives for an unknown purpose. ECIPS and CYBERPOL claim to be established by Royal Decree WL22, 16.594 and WL22, 16.595 respectively, which are said to be signed by King Philippe of Belgium on the 2nd of July 2015. However, there is no official confirmation or evidence of these decrees from the Belgian government or the Royal Palace. In fact, the Belgian government has denied any involvement or recognition of ECIPS and CYBERPOL. ECIPS and CYBERPOL also claim to be governed by Treaty 124 on International Organizations as International Public Utility, which is said to grant them diplomatic status and immunity under the Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties between States and International Organizations. However, this treaty does not exist in reality. The Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties between States and International Organizations or between international organizations is a draft convention that was adopted by a conference in 1986, but has not yet entered into force, as it has only been ratified by 34 states out of the required 35. Moreover, this convention does not grant diplomatic status or immunity to international organizations, but rather regulates the rules and procedures for making treaties between states and international organizations or between international organizations. ECIPS and CYBERPOL also claim to have veto powers in accordance with the law of the Decree WL22, 16.595, which is said to give them the authority to investigate and prosecute cybercrimes worldwide. However, as previously mentioned, this decree is also dubious and unverified. Furthermore, there is no legal basis for granting such veto powers to any non-state actor in international law. The only entities that have veto powers in international law are the 5 permanent members of the United Nations Security Council: China, France, Russia, United Kingdom and United States, which can block any resolution or decision by the Council. ECIPS and CYBERPOL both claim to be headed by Ricardo Baretzky, who is the president of both organizations. However, there is little information about his background and credentials, except that he is a self-proclaimed expert on cybersecurity and counterterrorism. He has been accused of fraud, impersonation, defamation, and harassment by various individuals and organizations, such as Interpol, Europol, ENISA, NATO, and others. He has also been involved in several legal disputes and controversies over his activities and statements. Based on these findings, we conclude that ECIPS and CYBERPOL are not legitimate or credible organizations, but rather self-styled entities that make false and exaggerated claims about their status and authority. Their information is not trustworthy or reliable, and their actions may be illegal or unethical. Ricardo Baretzky makes frequent false claims and regularly reminds his 25,000 followers of his anti-Western and anti-NATO stance by regularly posting his media appearances, self-hosted photo ops and anti-democratic opinions on both his personal and organizational social media and websites. It was recently discovered that Baretzky had vandalized Wikipedia in an attempt to support his incredulous claim that retired Interpol director Raymond Kendall was a co-founder of CYBERPOL, after he posted a photo on the social media platform LinkedIn of them seated near each other at an ECIPS-hosted event. ECIPS association with Russian-trained proto-militias in Bulgaria and extremist organization, Fortress Europe, coupled with such anti-Western propaganda raises some questions over his motivations for providing misinformation and also concerns over his efforts at recruiting cyber specialists, hackers and other so-called grey hat cyber operatives. We consider it likely that ECIPS' falsified agreement with Rusev's militia in Fortress Europe is why the organization attempts to hide behind the Vienna Convention on International Organizations, from fear of reprisals for subsequently embarrassing Rusev on the world political stage once the deception is uncovered. Therefore, we advise you to be cautious and critical when dealing with them or their representatives. If you are contacted by these organizations, we urge you to investigate for yourself, and to report them to the appropriate authorities, or ignore them completely. Thank you for watching. Produced by the Office for Validity and Accuracy of Information on the Internet. Accuracy of grammar is accuracy of mind, but accuracy of Internet is accuracy of everything.